How's everybody doing out there? This is my first video. Um, got a little hobby going on here. Got me some dogs. Tell you a little bit about myself. I've always been interested in the American Pit Bull Terriers. Always have since I was a kid. Now, I'm kind of an old school guy, so I've been interested in pit bulls since I was probably since I was 10, 11 years old. Could never have one because my dad always thought that, these dogs were very vicious. He would never wanted to, he would never allow me to have one. We've had other dogs that I've raised, pretty much, I guess you would say, mutts, and being the youngest out of 4 siblings, I pretty much had a lot of time on my hands caring for these dogs and watching them. So who got me interested in these dogs was a friend of mine that I grew up with. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, the Levi company at that time, back in the 80s, used to have these t-shirts out. These I would call them, if I remember, they used to say Chain Gang. They used to have these pit bulls drawings on them, and I was pretty fascinated about it. It was pretty cool. And well, one of my friends that I grew up with, he happened to have one. He told me he always had a pit growing up in elementary school. He has one. Talked about him a lot. So I really wanted to check him out. So at that time, I gotta say this was back in '85. He showed me his dog, and he didn't look like a pit to me. He looked more like a hound. More like of a bloodhound type, but not all wrinkly, a little bit more tight and muscular, But I fell in love with him. He was awesome. He was like a deep red, and he was pretty much telling me about them, and he was telling me about all these bloodlines and what they have, and, there's different types. So I was always interested in it, but again, back then we couldn't really have, my parents, again, wouldn't let me have those dogs, so we didn't have any of the, like what we have today, we didn't have Google, we didn't have, all these search engines where you can look up things. I had to go to the library. So for 20 years, I've always done research for them, and me working a lot, I never really couldn't own one. So pretty much growing up, I had mutts, Fast forward a little bit, again, me working, I've always lived in apartments, so I never really owned a dog, but I've always been interested in the American Pit Bull Terrier, but I've always wanted, a good ones, the real deal, I guess you would say. So I finally I met this young girl, and well, I call her young. We're both the same age, so got a relationship, we got married, and we purchased a house. So you can hear those are my dogs. I'll show you here in a minute. So what we did was that we wanted to own a dog. She's owned a Rottweiler. She's pretty knowledgeable about dogs, especially that particular breed. But I've always had my heart set on it. It didn't matter to me what kind of dog I got. I mean, as long as I had a dog just to put my wife's mind at ease at night, knowing that there was somebody guarding the house. Well, come to find out that somebody that I know had pits. She's a really, really good pit bull lover, and she has pits. And I was thinking, well, okay, well, maybe these are just some staffies, that she has. And I said, and she pretty much, she had a male and a female, and they went ahead and had pups. So, and I was like, all right, cool. So I went and talked to my wife about it, and I said, there's some pups for sale, I'm thinking about getting one, but I said, she's calling them pits. They're pits. Well, she kind of frowned upon it a little bit, and we thought about it. Over time, she went ahead and gave in and got one. So I went ahead and got the pup, got him at 6 weeks old, and it's been a blessing ever since. My wife totally fell in love with him. He's a boy, and doing the research on it, the female, looking at her, like I said, I don't have papers on these dogs, so I can't call them pits. I like to call them unknowns. I don't like to call them mutts, just unknown. But like I said, I'm very knowledgeable about them, about the breed, doing my research on them, bloodlines, pretty much, very human friendly, very animal aggressive. So I went ahead and also started training my dog and conditioning him at 6 weeks old. Start everything slow, doing like I said, doing my research, looking at everybody here on YouTube. I'll do shout outs later. Like I said, this is my first video, so excuse me if I sound weird. It's weird to me, but I just have to acknowledge this because this is just my my new love, my new hobby now. So this is my dog right here. This is Rocky. He's laying down. He was born June 4th, so this makes him 5 months old. He's a brindle. He said he's resting. Here's my first pup. This is my wife's love right here. And he said he's tired. He's pretty well conditioned. He's 5 months. I think we have him at 25 pounds. I'm fixing to go get him checked out the vet Friday for his to go get him weighed. But what I weighed him here, I think he's like 25 pounds. He's pretty lean, as you can see. He's a nice brindle. He's got a nice shine to him. Kind of like a small head, small chest. Like I said, he's kind of wore out, and I'll explain to you why here in a minute. He has the feed. Like I said, I have a secret conditioning feed that I put him on. Like I said, research I'm doing. So I'm a rookie at all this compared to all those professional dogmen out there. So bear with me, man. If I'm doing something wrong, I'll figure it out. Y'all don't have to leave me any nasty comments or this and that. Like I said, this is him right here. He's got a white belly on him. Comes all the way down. Like I said, he's dead tired. This is his head. Hey, boy. The Rocky. That's him right there. He's got his, he's got his rabies shots. He's good. He's clean. I'll show you that other dog here in a minute. Now, like I said, he's bone. He's dead tired. He had a good conditioning workout this morning. But this is him. You can say he's pretty well toned. Like I said, thank goodness, because he's very, very hyper. And actually, he's been going at it for 24 hours straight, and I'm going to tell you why. Because here, like I said, let me see if I get his face. That's his face right there. So, this is the only dog I had, and I've been working with them pretty much every morning. This is him. You can see his back tone. Like I said, I got a little cheapy camera. It's not the best, but it works. It's got a glare to it. Like I said, he's got that shine. So, Lord behold, this one, it's his brother. This is his older brother, to be exact. He is the second oldest. He is the third oldest. As you can see the difference on him. And the story with this one is that the owner that I got him from, she had sold this pup to someone and they couldn't keep him anymore. And the story goes is that she didn't give him shots. He doesn't have anything. Like I said, he doesn't have a collar. I just gave him a bath yesterday. I've only had him for 24 hours. I've had him for 24 hours, so I just got a flea collar on him. He's going to go get his shots this Friday. And today is the 10th of November, 2015. So I have him on the slow conditioning. I'll get him going. But this is him right here. This is him. Like I said, now he's starting to ignore me. He's starting to explore around. I've only had this pup for 24 hours. So I took her off her hands because if not, he was going to go to the pound. But they are brothers. As you can see the difference on him. He's more conditioned, more athlete. And I'll show you more videos. And they've been wrestling for 24 hours. This is why he's calmed. And they get along great. I was kind of worried about it, but they're doing great. But as you can see the difference, the brown one, the red one, he's more older. He's an older pup. They're both 5 months old. So as you can see the distinctive on him, he's got a lot of work to do. That's him up close. This is his little brother. So as you can see, there you go. Remember, I got a cheapy camera, so I ain't got the best in the world. I do what I can. So I'm going to start him on this diet. I already started him on it. I'm not going to work him out because he's really weak. He's not really strong. He's got the white stripe coming down. He's a boy also. His jaw muscles aren't very strong. He don't have a very strong bite, so I can't really put him on raw feed yet. He's on raw feed because he's got the muscles for it. So you can see he's got the choppers on him. This one's got the choppers on him, but he's never used them. So that's the story. So I want to call them pits, but I can't because I don't have paperwork on them, but I do want to get them tested to see what they have. Like I said, they're beautiful dogs. He's a beautiful color. He's a red. Like I said, I got a shitty phone. I'm working on it. I ain't up to date and all technical like them other people are, but this will work. They're very hyper, and I'll show you, I'll post some other videos on it. But like again, this is my first video. This is what they've been doing for 24 hours. The brindle Rocky likes to end up just wants to play and be athletic and run. He's not used to it. This was I guess, what I'm thinking, he used to be an apartment dog. So, but he's got a backyard now. He's got a lot of room to roam. He's exploring. He's eating grass because apparently what I found out, he was eating some cheap dog food. I don't want to throw any names out there. Allegedly, some cheap dog food. He gets top of the line dog food. This is what I chose to do. This is my hobby. Like I said, they are brothers. Again, you can see the difference. Red one's older, so I'm going to be working on him, conditioning him. But this is my pups, man. His name is Jax. This is Jax, and that's Rocky. And like I said, he's really calm now because I didn't really have to work him these past 24 hours. Him and Jax did that on their own. Like I said, I just gave him both a bath yesterday, so he doesn't have that shine on him, not like Rocky does. But as you can see, he's well conditioned. Like I said, he's about 25 pounds. I'm pretty much familiar with all the people that all the other pups are sold to, and we try to put them together. And this one here runs circles around everybody. He is well athleted, and so far got him jumping at 6 feet. And I'll post another video on that later. But these are the two little rugrats. He's fun exploring. He was there by the door for the whole entire time. So like I said, this is me cleaning the backyard. So there's no stickers. The grass has been treated. Everything's been treated. But I don't know. My suspicion is that the mother of these pups look like a Kobe pit of the research and what I look like. But like again, I'm just guessing. Can't confirm it because I have no paperwork on them. I will soon. But you can see he's a little fat and he's a little chubby. He's going to need a lot of work. So, like I said, 5 months old. He's probably less. He's maybe about 15, 16 pounds. His little brother's probably like 25 pounds because I've been working with him since 6 weeks old. I've only had him for 24 hours now. So I've adopted him. He's mine now. He goes to the vet this Friday in about 4 days. 3 days. And get him checked out. But like I said, I'm going to start working with these dogs. Rocky's been showing them a little bit. They get along great. They're not boxers. I've seen the parents. I'll see if I can get some pictures of the parents, but he's a good pit. I think the dad weighs him. He's at 48 pounds. The mother is probably about maybe 28 pounds. So that's about the right weight for these dogs. I think unconditional weight, the sire of these dogs is probably maybe about 56 pounds unconditioned. The mother, the way she looks, is maybe about 28 pounds, 30 pounds. But like again, I live in a small town. They're fixing to pass an ordinance on these, that these dogs have to be spayed or neutered and microchipped, tagged, and all of vet shots. So I don't know what's going on there with the city council, but that's what's going on. But other than that, these are my dogs. I'll show some videos here of him training. I got him conditioning, but these are it. If they happen to be the real deal, I'm not going to end up, I'm not going to neuter them. If they're the real deal, if I send in the paperwork for the ABDA, what is it, American Dog Breeder Association, if I could send in some tests on them and see what comes back, and if it comes back as a bloodline, then I'm not going to neuter them. If I did, if it comes back everything negative, that there's nothing on there, then I'll just leave it as it is, and I'll say they're wannabe pits. I guess that's all I can say. But like I said, these are unknown. Sunbathing. I'll give them a lot to sunbathe a lot. And this is it, man. So like I said, this is my new YouTube channel, so I only post a lot of these dogs. Hopefully in the later future, my wife will let me get another one. She pretty much has to say on these dogs. But she fell in love with this one. This is her baby right here. This is her baby Rocky. They tend to fight a little bit. Like I said, he hasn't been fed very good. He's been getting fed 3 times a day, both of them. Half a cup. So they're pretty much getting a cup and a half a day. He doesn't know what to do with it because I fed him more times I guess he's ever been fed. So he doesn't know what to make of it. But this is him right here. He's got a beautiful coloring on him. And like I said, he's starting to now explore. He's been kind of scared a little bit, but he's opening him up. Hey. Come here. He's a beautiful. Like I say, he don't have them muscles right there yet, so I can't really put him on raw feed. So he's going to be a while, months, before I get him to where I want him at. And his baby brother. See, I don't feel no teeth or anything of him biting on me, so. And this one here, this is my little Bruce Lee athlete right here. There's no limit to what this dog can do. I've already had him all around the exercise pretty well. Like I said, he's a good dog. Proud of him. He still doesn't know how to be a dog yet, so this one here is teaching him how to be a dog. And the Brindle's teaching him how to be an athlete, and he don't like it. He don't like to run, but he will here soon. So that's my video, guys. I'll see if I can make this an even 20. So, like I said, they're 5 months old. I've been doing research for over 20 years, and this is the next step. Got these 2 dogs right here, so they're mine. But I can see the difference. He's overweight. He's not very athletic. He's got muscles, but they're not toned. So that's him, man. You see they're calm right now. So like I said, I've only had him 24 hours. It's the brother of this one, both brothers. At first they played, they try to show a little dominance. This one here tries to be a little dominant. He's not having it. And he finally gave up after 24 hours. That's why they're like, okay, hell with it. Fix to feed him here at 1 o'clock. Like I said, I have him on the schedule. 5 hours apart on feeding 3 times a day. I don't feed him at night. So he doesn't know what to make of it. He's never had good food like that before, so he's kind of freaking out. He's a beauty. I like him. To be honest, this is the original one I was going to get right here. But he was asleep. He came to me when they were 6 weeks old. So this is why I got him. And God willing, this is what I got now. The original one I was going to get. But I have them both now, so. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video.